Hi guys, so in today's video on part 2 on this Insignia, we are going to take a look at the interior and do a bit of a detail and a good thorough clean down in the interior. Anyone who's watched part 1, you will know that the interior is quite bad on this car because it's been sat for quite a while. If you haven't seen part 1, I will leave the link in the description to all the videos in the series in the videos so you can follow through if you're just joining us on part 2. So we've got it in the workshop, we've given it the clean down last time on the outside, and obviously we've got quite a mess to deal with on the inside. As you can see though, like the roof liner, everything is pretty nice. There's no issues there. The carpet and everything isn't too bad at all. Plastics are all in good condition, so there's no issue there. We're not too worried about the door because obviously the 2 doors are going to get replaced, but the seat, this side especially, is bad. In the back, it's not too bad. We're just going to pull that bench seat out, get right under there and give it a good thorough clean through. Clean all the seat belts because obviously this mould's gone quite a way through. And in the boot, again, it's not too bad. There's a little bit of mould just around the edges, but we'll take all that out, give that a thorough clean through, and then we're going to leave the boot probably about half done in the cleaning stage, because when we strip the side off, a lot of the parts from the car will end up going in the boot. Now in part 1 I did say that rather than repairing these 2 doors, what we're going to do is replace these 2 doors. I know a few of you said if we can pull it out, what is the point as far as these doors go in actually replacing these 2 doors. Now yes, we could pull them out. Obviously we've got a full body shop here, so we've got all the body shop facilities to pull them out. We could use our GYS system and then pull them all out, but it worked out as £150 to get 2 replacement doors. Now these doors are complete doors as well, so they've got all the electrics, all the glass, the mirrors, they've got the door cards, all the interiors on them, absolutely everything. There's no dents whatsoever in these doors, which I'm very surprised at. There's a couple of scratches and they're not the best on the surface, but there's no dents or anything in them, so that's not going to be much of an issue. So all we're going to need to do is we're going to fit these doors after we've done the interior clean. We can get an idea then of what needs to be pulled out and where it needs to be pulled out, and also how far it needs to be pulled out. Get everything pulled, get the repair work done in part 3, and then we can strip these doors off on the outsides and just paint the outsides, because with these doors already being black, the bonus is that we're not going to need to go into painting the insides of the doors. We can just clean all those up and just basically flash over the outsides to freshen it all up and match it in with the quarter panel, and also blend it into the front wing to make sure that the colour's all right down the front wing. So for the cleaning side of things, obviously important on this one is we've got some gloves, because there's quite a bit of mould in there, so we want to make sure we've got some gloves. I'm using some old cloths that we've got. They are clean, but they are like the old workshop cloths and not the new polishing cloths that we use. We've got an upholstery brush for giving everything a good scrub down. We've got some detailing brushes, some Meguiar's all-purpose cleaner for cleaning the interior, and obviously a spray bottle, and we'll mix some of this up in the spray bottle and then use that on the interior. And because it is the end of the day and we've already worked a full day and we're doing this at night, then a can of Red Bull just to help us along the way. So we're going to get on now and crack on with the interior, and I'll take you guys through what we do step by step on how we do it. Now I'm no detailer, so I'm not trying to tell you that this is the way that you should detail a car, but if it was me getting one of these cars ready and cleaning it up and getting everything looking right again, this is the way that personally I would do it. So the first thing that we really need to do on this is go around, and we got all the main bulk of the actual rubbish, any wrappers, you know, any coins, any bits and big chunks that wouldn't go through the hoover. We went round, got rid of all that out of the car first. We're then going to go around and give the car a good pre-hoover out. So I know to some of you guys this might be a bit mad to go around and hoover this whole thing out first, but it's just to get rid of the bulk of the mess and try and get rid of the bulk of everything off the car before we actually start cleaning it. So in a job like this, we will end up hoovering it twice, wiping a lot of it down twice, but it means that the first stage we can give it a scrub and a bulk clean like this. So we go through basically scrubbing everything off with the hoover, give it a quick bulk clean out, and then we can go through with upholstery cleaner and plastics cleaner, scrub it all up, and then give it a second clean. And then once we've finished doing all the plastics and everything else, we'll then give it an extra hoover through just to get rid of the worst of the stuff. Now, we're not going too massively mad with the clean stage on this. What we want to do literally is just get everything clean. So we're not using like any dashboard shines or, you know, plastic treatments or upholstery treatments or anything like that. We're basically just going through and absolutely gutting everything and getting it all nice and clean. Now, the cleaner itself I've put in a spray bottle, so we're going to give everything a really good spray down. We're then going to use the detailing brushes to give everything a really good scrub. So with these detailing brushes, then you can get in all the little nooks and crannies that mold or any dirt stuck into. We can scrub right in all those areas. And I've just put a little bit of tape around the end of that brush there just to stiffen the brush up a bit, just to make it get in there and scrub a little bit easier. Well then, once we've given everything a good scrub over, give everything a really good wipe down with a microfiber cloth, which in effect will be what is our dirty cloth, which will get the bulk of it off. And then especially around like the center of the dash there, the vents, everything, we'll get the airline, we'll blow all that sort of stuff out to get rid of any excess water that might be sitting in there. And then again, we'll pick a fresh cloth and just give it a final wipe over just to get rid of any dirty residue and anything that we blow out from the vents or anything like that. It's in effect is a pretty simple process. We're not detailing this car, you know, in the way that a detailer would, so to speak. We're not going for absolutely immaculately perfect at this stage because we've got a lot of bodywork to do, we've got a lot of paint work to do. Mine and Mick's priority on this night was to basically scrub all this car up, get rid of all the mold, get everything clean, get everything nice, so that when we're working on the car, it's nice and clean to work on, and that the bulk of the mess is out of the way, which will then mean that when the car's done and we give it a final polish and we give it a final wash, we can then go through, give it a second hoover out and really go to town, make sure it's absolutely minted up for when it goes up for sale. It'd be a bit backwards to go that far on it now. Although we always try and keep the cars clean, this thing does need its doors off, it needs work on the sill, you know, the door shuts need painting and things like that. So there's still a lot of stripping down and a lot of body and paint to do on it. So it wouldn't really make a massive amount of sense to go through a real OCD clean and full detail on it. So we're just going to give this more of a full sanitary clean to get rid of everything and smarten it all up at this stage. Now, for you guys that are following this series, and I know there is a lot of you guys that have subscribed since I posted the first video on this car, Mick over on his channel tonight has the service and the road test of this particular car, as he is my business partner on the powder coating side and we're doing these cars together. So if you would like to join us over on Mick's channel after my video for the premiere of his video, then I would very much appreciate that. He's got some really good powder coating and Cerakoting content, and also we'll have a little bit of content on some of the smaller aspects that we've done on this car. So I will leave a link in the description to his video, and if you guys can join us live for the premiere, that would be great. So once I've got all the plastics up high done, then I'm going to move down to the lower plastics. So these kick panels here, these do get really dirty down at the bottom, so I'm just using the upholstery brush and some of the all-purpose cleaner, scrubbing those because they've got quite a deep grain. It's always good to give them a scrub with an upholstery brush. It gets right into all them grains and gets all the embedded dirt out. So the seat already looks a million times better than it did to start off with. And we'll basically do exactly the same. We'll spray this up with some upholstery cleaner, and then we'll give it a really good scrub with the upholstery brush, and I give it a good hoover off. Now, unfortunately, at this stage, for some reason, my GoPro decided to absolutely crap itself, and we've lost all the footage of the cleaning of the seat. So I am sorry about that, guys, but unfortunately, this is YouTube in 2021. Technology seems to be a pain in the arse. So that's the seat. It's all nice and clean now. We've gone through the interior. The carpets look really nice now. All the plastics have cleaned up well. The seats look a little bit patchy, but that's just where they're drying off, obviously, where we put the upholstery cleaner on. And overall, the interior on this car has come up really nicely. So our next task is to swap these doors over. Now, these doors are really easy. There's literally 5 10mm bolts that hold the check strap and
the doors to the car, and a very simple to remove electrical plug. Literally you can just pop off that rubber, pull this pink or purple catch back, and the wiring connector literally just pops out in one go. And then it's a very simple job then of the two of us literally just whipping the old doors off, putting them to one side, and then bolting these replacement doors up. So you can see there, that's where the bend is in the sill, and obviously we've got the damage that just goes just into the door shut on that side from the quarter panel. So that'll be partly what, well, that will be what we'll be repairing in the next stage on this vehicle. Now we've got the doors off and we've just had a quick little check inside to make sure none of the hinges are bent or anything like that. We can refit these doors, make sure everything's nicely aligned, get the back door on, and then clip up the front door, make sure that that's on okay, and make sure that everything there is nicely aligned as well. And I have to say, everything fit up pretty nicely. I need to adjust the straps a little bit, but bar that, everything was absolutely spot on.
So that's the interior all cleaned. We've got the two replacement doors on, which now when we come to repair this gives us a good guide. Still need to adjust the straps a little bit just to hold the doors in the right place, because the front one just needs tweaking in a tiny little bit. But bar that, it's not looking too bad. These two replacement doors are nice and straight, they've got no damage. On the bottom we need to give the sill a pull across there to pull the middle of the sill back out. That'll straighten all that part of the sill up. And then on the back corner, obviously we've got the repair on the arch. If we drop the arch liner out and take the wheel off, we can easily pull all that back straight, and with the GYS system we can put some keys across there, pull all that out, give it a skimmer filler, and obviously we'll be grinding all this loose stuff out. So it'll probably come in on Saturday and give all that a pull out once we've finished the work in the workshop on Saturday. Round the back, the rear bumper needs to be done. There's a little bit of damage to the bottom of the boot, which again is just minor damage, it's not too much of an issue. We've just got a replacement reflector for the back, we just need to get the rear trim. Obviously around the bumper there's a few bits and bobs, so I'll probably hit the full rear bumper, and there is a dent there, so I'll probably repair that and just blend just up the quarter panel here, just to blend the bumper in and also lose that dent on that side. This side, obviously there's no issues whatsoever with all that side. The roof, the bonnet is all nice. It's just the front bumper that we'll be doing, and then it should make quite a nice car.
So thank you guys for joining us for part 2 on the Vauxhall Insignia rebuild that we're doing. Hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and you can all join us for part 3 very shortly, and I'll see you guys soon. Have a great weekend.